Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com, and we're continuing to work with Express React Views. And in this video, what I want to do is talk more about styling, but also just talk about sort of how you can use your components to kind of render consistent pages and benefit from the fact that you're using React in the back end and how you can use it to generate really cool pages. So let's do that. Okay, so let's say I'm going to have the sort of the same. Actually, even before we go there, let's organize our views folder. Okay, a good way to do this would be components. So these are just going to be components that you use throughout your different pages. So they're not individual pages, but they're pieces of pages. And then another one, actually that's good enough. So for example, really the only pages we have here are index and other. Photo and title are just kind of used inside of those components. So we'll move photo into components. We will move title into components. And then we'll go fix an index. We'll just fix those references. So this needs to be now / components title / components. Cool. Now what would be useful is to actually have our head. Okay, and then I think we maybe take a look at the docs. I'm pretty sure we've seen this. Yeah, right there. We can have our head tags as part of this. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Default layout. Okay. So I see how they did that. Okay, so let's talk about how they do this. And basically the approach here is we're going to set up a layout component. So let's do that. Views, components. Let's create actually a new one in views. New file. And new file, which will be layout. Layouts or layout.jsx. And what we're going to do here is we're going to actually just sketch out our entire layout. So we're going to create, so we just do our normal const react equals require react, and then I'm going to destructure the stuff that I'm going to use. So const component and fragment, and that's going to equal react because we're going to destructure it from that react object that we just required. Cool. And we're going to create a component class layout extends component. Okay, and essentially the way this works is we do our render function. So just do what we always do, render, then we return some JSX. Our JSX will start off with the HTML tags, denoting that's the whole page. Okay, well in there we'll have our head tag, denoting anything we want to put in the head. Okay, and then here we'll have a body tag. And then here we'll have, what we're going to do is we're going to pass in the page that we want to use as props. So this dot props dot, let me think about how I want to do this. This dot props dot page. Yeah, let's just try that. Cool. And or let me think about that. Let me just see how they did that in the docs. Just want to make sure I think this through. So it said layouts. Okay, so default layout, return HTML. props.title, props.children. Oh, okay, I see what they're doing here. Okay, I got it. Okay, so we're creating this component. This is going to be... So what happens is that when you make a component, there is a prop called children, which means anything you put within that tag. So we'll show you how that works in just a second. This.children. Good. And that's this.props.children. And basically, this is going to be any child elements. So what's going to happen is that now in all of our pages, so on index, we need to bring in layout. So const layout equals require dot slash layout dot sex. Okay, and then we'll have access to this layout component, which we would then wrap. So we can actually get rid of the fragment now and replace the fragment with the layout component that we created. And copy this inside there. Control X. Save. And essentially, these are the children. Okay, so these are the children of the layout component. So then what happens is that when it renders the layout, when it renders the layout component, it's going to render everything that's the children here in this spot. So now we can just go in here and just put all the stuff that we would always want on every page. So we can put something like the title. The title will be, hey, hello. And then maybe we want a link tag. Okay. Actually, yeah, let me just look up. I always like to use milligram as just sort of a default CSS framework. Where I like it is because I don't have to worry about memorizing all these classes. It literally is just, there is no classes. It just styles the direct tags, which also means I can easily override those styles if I need to. Copy link tag. So I'm just going to stick that right in here. So that way that's there. It actually should be inside the head tag. So Control X. Save. Okay. So now we should be getting a different kind of styling when I refresh this. Oh wait, no, because that's we only did it to index. So let me go to the index page. Cannot find module.layout.jsx. Let's go fix that because I forgot to export it. Export dot or module.exports. Module.exports equals layout. Okay, save. Give this a second. Refresh. Wire stack. Cannot find module. Let's go back. Look, module.exports. It's a layout component. Oh, but the file name is lowercase. And let's see, what did I import? I imported layout in, oh, uppercase L layer, so I need L layout.jsx. And there you go. So you see, look, see, this is all styled differently because it's working. Okay. And now I can go back and do that to any of my other pages. So as I create each page, I can just now import layout. So I can just go over here, const layout equals require dot slash layout dot JSX. And then I just wrap my code here and set in a layout component. Okay, cool. So now if I go back to other, let's go back to the other page. So localhost /3000/other. Okay, see, now that's all styled differently too, and I don't have to keep I don't have to keep retyping all that. I can end up build a little navigation bar, and put that in my layout. So anything that I want on like on every page, I can put in this layout component, and then just put the JSX for every other page inside that as a children of that layout. And basically that works the same way as you would if you were using partials inside EJS or handlebars or something like that. Okay, so that's how you would handle that. And then you could just do all, and then again in that head, in that layout, you could also link to a CSS. So if you want to do your own CSS style sheet, you could go over here to public, and you can link to this style sheet over here. So the way you would just do that is just create another link tag. Link rel equals style sheet. Link rel equals style sheet. href equals /css /style.css. I mean /style.css. Because again, it's in our public folder, so our public folder is treated as the root. It's in a folder in there called CSS, and then a file called style.css. So that would do that. Okay. So now if I wanted to, I could sit there and do something like, let's say style.css. Let's go in here and put a style of some sort. We'll say h2 color blue. Save. Cool. Now let's take a look at the file. So if I refresh here, you can see the H2 changed to blue because we're attached to that style sheet. So that's neat. Okay, that's so you can do all the stuff you're used to doing, but now you have access to React and there's server rendered pages. It's pretty cool. But then now you can do all the other fun backend stuff that will that you've seen me do in other Express videos, as far as like authentication and session and all that fun stuff. So that's Express. That's Express with Express React Views, which allows you to create your views for your website using React. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. My name is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com. Have a great day and enjoy.